Okay, thank you. I just start. So I will spend only 3 slides approx speaking about Catalan language and Catalan culture. Who know what is Catalan language? Wow, I'm impressed. Good. I will do it just in fast way. Catalan is Romance language for people who doesn't know. So it derives from Latin, like Spanish. Catalan is quite similar to Spanish, to French, Italian, and well, other Latin languages like Portuguese, Romanian, and many, many more. And Catalan culture has our own .cat top-level domain. This is the first cultural domain in the world. This is new from 2 years ago, approx. This is to show that Catalan culture and language is quite strong in internet community and new technologies. And Catalan is the official language of Catalonia. Catalonia is in that, here in that zone. Catalonia capital is Barcelona. It's the official language in Catalonia, region of Spain, Andorra. It's that country with nice ski resorts. Balearic Islands, and in some other places too, like, well, not official language, but used in South France, etc. I feel that there is some line missing here, but map of Europe. Barcelona in that zone approx, it's spoken in Balearic Islands, here and in Andorra. I could use my feet too, but I told this in País Valencià too. And in Europe, Catalan is spoken by 9.1 million of people approx. It's the same level of Portuguese. Portuguese it sounds more important because they have their own country, not in the case of Catalan. Catalonia is not a country, and it's just lower, but not so lower than Dutch or, well, Spanish is about 15% of EU people speak Spanish. Spanish is quite big. What is dacco? So now you know something about Catalan culture, Catalonia, and we can think about dacco. Dacco, it means Diccionari Anglès Català de Codi Obert, that this is open source English-Catalan dictionary. And it's an English-Catalan dictionary tailored for speakers of both language. This is quite important to understand. We will explain it a bit later. But it's not focused for Catalan speakers or for English speakers, for both kind of speakers. dacco itself started with just some XML files with entries in Catalan or in English, explaining what is it or translating. dacco is a bilingual dictionary, so mainly we are saying, okay, apple in English is poma in Catalan, similar to French pomme, or, exactly. All entries are in XML, and we export all the XML files to some nice PDF files. These PDF files you can get, open, search, or do whatever you want. We also have some form-based web search in our web page. It will be in the last slide too. And you can just type something, and some form using Ajax technology will search to you and show the translation. We have some plugin available for Firefox. It's that things, searchers, not extension, on Firefox and Internet Explorer. Some gadget for a Google web page. There is a Catalan web verb conjugator. And last line that it's not showed here is Kudako. It's a standalone application. We will spend last 5 slides talking about Kudako. So this is approx the things that we have. dacco's history. Dacco is not a recent project. It started on, it's here on 2001. Linda Oxnard, who is the dacco's founder and the real linguistic manager, not me, I think that you can guess. dacco started on 2001 because she found a lack of good Catalan English dictionaries for English people. We have a lot of dictionaries, Catalan English dictionaries for Catalan people. Dictionary is focused or tailored for one of kind or one of speakers in function of the examples, notes, what they explain, how they explain, so it's quite different. She was studying Catalan in UK, and she couldn't buy any good dictionary. And when she was doing her PhD in Catalan language, she made a survey, and all students said, okay, we don't have any good Catalan English dictionary. And then on that year, she started to collect, she started collecting words. I imagine that she is living in UK with that dark evenings, raining, and writing all entries of some newspaper in some list. And 2 years later, she released the first version of dacco. She wanted to release a first version with some words, not like empty project. So a lot of people, well, not a lot, but some tens of people joined her to help her to improve, to say this is wrong, this is good, etc. You see that this is not a software, well, it has software, but mainly it's not a software project, but things works quite fine, quite similar. So here you can see who contributed with dacco. She's the founder. Some people has photos and some people doesn't have photos. It doesn't mean that they work harder or not harder. Maybe that they are shy or not shy. And who is the average contributor of dacco? The average contributor is aged between 20s and 80s. So we have people from all ages. This is quite good because young people or younger people speaks with different or use different words than oldest people. There is some English speakers living in UK, US, Canada, Australia, or some other countries, but I mean that they are not only in UK or only in US. And Catalan speakers living in Barcelona, Girona, well, some Catalan countries. And it's very interesting that in the mailing list, I will explain it later, but in the mailing list, you can see some UK English native speaker writing better Catalan than average Catalan writer. I mean, they studied Catalan for so many years and they write very good. It is always interesting. And common purpose of everybody is that everybody wants to do a useful, some resource that it's useful for language students and that it's free. Some people could think, okay, you can get some dictionary and start to copy, like a monkey work. We don't copy entries from any dictionary. This would not be legal. We have some agreement with Termcat, that it's a Catalan government organization for neologisms, new words. And a lot of entries, well, we get some entries from this organization, but mainly all entries are added by people who is using the web page or that dacco program, and user found some missing entry and then we add it. Recently, this very interesting case, I think, oops, yeah, okay, fine. This is new, one of dacco's contributors get a Catalan Latin birch list and Latin English, and they are working to match using the Latin as a common language and to incorporate the 700 or 800 birds in dacco. So this will be very useful for people who like birds. How does the project work? First step, some new word appears that could come from mailing list. Something like I found that this word is missing from web form, as I said, or missing words from mailing web page formulary or dacco search engine. People discuss the new words. Something like mosh means cat here or there, or not in Valencia but in Balearic Islands, and young people use, or old people. So some people chase what they think. And finally, so it would be applause here, you cannot see, me neither, but Linda Oxnard adds this new word in the XML files. So the process is that we have new word, we talk, or some people, not me usually, some people talk about the meaning of this new word, and then we add. Some dacco's special features. Well, it's free, as I already said, but free is not a license, so I would like to say which license we have in each part of dacco. The XML files are under LGPL license. I will not explain what is LGPL, but you know, PDF files are under Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike, and that standalone application is under GPL free. Dacco has more than 15,000 entries. If you print these PDF files in a standard DNA4 pages, you will get about 200 pages, so it's a quite big dictionary. I said it in some way at the beginning. Yep, these keys are not in the correct place. But dacco, we don't have 1, 2, or 3 dictionaries. We have 4 dictionaries. We have Catalan-English dictionary, an English-Catalan dictionary for Catalan speakers, and the same for English speakers. This is in order to focus the examples, notes, links to image, etc. Links, usage notes, examples, I said. We also have word frequency counts from Google. Each entry has, in some date, how many times appeared in Google. So you can use this to know if lift is more used than elevator or whatever. And we also use some semantic fields. So each word, each entry has some semantic fields. So if you search for apple, you could know that it's a fluid and it's food. Why is so important that dictionary is open source? Well, culture should be free. I think that a lot of people here think the same. And language is a lively thing, so it's important that can change, and anybody can suggest entries. But we examined these entries, so the quality of dictionary is never compromised. And of course, we encourage others to create your own dictionary, maybe joining to Catalan English dictionary or in your languages. Maybe you could share some resources, mailing list or whatever, or we could help you to set up some things. What is dacco? This is the last part of speech, mainly because time. dacco is a multi-platform application available in Debian repositories, and it has been developed since 2005. Here you can see 2 screenshots of dacco. This is just a small word, penguin Catalan, or longest word with some links to pictures or to Flickr. Why did we create dacco? We wanted a reference application for dacco. We could get dacco words and put in some other dictionary, standalone application dictionary, like Linux has some of them. But we wanted something to use all dacco resources, photos, links, and also to be able to report missing words. So some user is searching something, oh, it's not here, so sad, press 1 button, and we know that this word somebody searched and it's not available. We also have integration with Festival, that speech synthesizer. This is that something like you can right-click some word in dacco, and you can read in that robot voice, but quite good, how to pronounce this word. Auto-completion and some other features. We had the PDF files, but standalone application is easier to use and load. Here we can see the dacco architecture. Since last version, there is some XML files, some library accessing the XML files. This is new from 1 month ago. We have a console application, so you can use dacco from the without any graphic user interface. And dacco, what I showed before, that it integrates with Festival, or libdacco, who is able to send suggestions to internet. There is well, I wanted to say some similar projects. Maybe someone is interested on in. There is a GPL German-Catalan dictionary. Some people is working on that, and also Wiktionary. This is not a bilingual dictionary. It just, well, you type some word. Yep, I finish now. You type some word and you get the definition. And thanks for your attention. If somebody has questions, I will be around here. Thank you.